On the outskirts of Coldwater, a fading Midwestern town most travelers never noticed, stood an abandoned motel called the Stillwater Inn. Locals avoided even driving past it. Some claimed they heard voices there at night. Others swore the sign flickered only when no one was looking. But the one thing everyone agreed on was this: anyone who spent a night inside never came back the same. Emily Carter didn't believe any of it. At 28, she worked as a freelance journalist, always chasing forgotten stories. When she discovered an online forum packed with conflicting rumors about Stillwater Inn, vanishing guests, shifting hallways, and the so-called Room 11, she saw her chance. A perfect investigative piece, a perfect career boost. She arrived just before dusk. The sky was the dusty pink of a dying day, and the motel's cracked neon sign sputtered weakly, spelling out Stillwater Inn. The missing letter didn't surprise her. The sudden chill that followed did. Emily recorded a quick video entry on her phone. Day 1. Locals say this place is cursed, haunted, or both. I'm going to find out which. Inside, the lobby smelled like old newspapers and wet stone. Dust floated in the beam of her flashlight. The desk bell was coated in grime, yet when she reached toward it, it rang on its own, clear and bright. Emily froze. A narrow hallway stretched behind the counter. Rooms 1 through 10 lined the left side. But where room 11 should have been, the hall abruptly ended in a wall too new compared to the rest of the building. She set up her camera equipment in room 6, which felt unnervingly preserved, as if someone had just stepped out for ice. The blanket was tucked tight, the mirror spotless, but the Bible in the drawer was upside down, its pages bent backward as though someone had clutched it in terror. By midnight, Emily began hearing it, a slow, wet, dripping sound. She checked the bathroom. Dry. She checked the ceiling. Dry. Yet the noise grew louder, echoing from the hallway. She followed the sound with her recorder running. The hallway felt narrower than before, the wallpaper breathing in and out with each flicker of her light. When she reached the end wall where room 11 should have been, the dripping stopped. The wall was different. No longer flat plaster. Now it had a doorknob. Her breath caught. That wasn't there before. The doorknob was ice cold. The door swung open before she could turn it. Inside was a small, windowless room lit by a single overhead bulb. Its dim glow revealed dozens of photographs taped to the walls, everyone showing past guests of the motel. Some photos were scratched through, others were torn, and in the corner sat an old rotary phone, its receiver hanging off the hook. The bulb flickered. A photograph near her shoulder peeled away from the wall and drifted down. She picked it up. Her stomach dropped. It was her, standing in the doorway of room 6, taken earlier that evening. But her eyes were blacked out, scribbled over by a shaky hand. Her recorder crackled violently. A distorted voice whispered through it. "You're late, Emily." She stumbled backward, heart pounding. "Who's there?" The bulb popped, plunging the room into darkness. Then the phone rang, a harsh metallic ringing that vibrated through her bones. Emily backed into the hall, but the doorway to room 11 had vanished, replaced again by a solid wall. She ran toward her room, only to find the hallway stretching longer and longer, doors multiplying endlessly. Her recording picked up a second voice, then a third, then a chorus, layered whispers all speaking the same phrase, "Stay with us." She burst into room 6 and slammed the door. Her flashlight flickered out. The room smelled different now, like stagnant water. On the bed lay a fresh stack of photographs. Every one of them showed Emily. Some captured her from angles impossible to reach. Others showed her sleeping, photos that couldn't exist. Her phone buzzed violently. A notification flashed. One new video saved. But she hadn't recorded anything. She opened it anyway. The video showed her standing in room 11, phone in hand, whispering repeatedly, "I'm already here." Her reflection in the video smiled unnaturally wide, though she herself was expressionless while watching. The lights in the video dimmed. Something behind her reflection moved, long fingers curling around her shoulders. Emily dropped the phone. The motel groaned. The floorboards trembled. Her reflection in the room's mirror tilted its head despite Emily being frozen still. It whispered, "You came to find a story. Now you're part of it." Her reflection stepped out of the mirror, and the camera recording continued long after Emily stopped screaming. To this day, travelers say the Stillwater Inn sign sometimes flickers back to life. Some swear they see a woman's silhouette trapped behind the darkened windows, her face distorted, her eyes scribbled out. Still searching for a way out of room 11, Emily couldn't stay in room 6 that night. She opened the door and ran down the dark hallway, but with every step the floorboards groaned, and something behind her seemed to mimic her movements. Every open door displayed photographs of past guests, their faces scratched and distorted as if warning her. Suddenly, she froze. Room 11 had reappeared at the end of the hall. A dark, viscous liquid bubbled at its threshold as if the room itself was alive and waiting. Against her instincts, Emily stepped inside. The walls were now covered with old family portraits, each one more twisted than the last. One photo caught her eye, herself, but smiling unnaturally, eyes darkened as if she already belonged here. The rotary phone on the floor began ringing violently, but this time the sound wasn't a bell. It was the scream of the missing guests, echoing from some impossible place. Emily tried to flee, but the walls crept closer, closing off every exit. She realized then, no one leaves this place alive, only their image survives. Desperate, she grabbed her camera and whispered, "I'll tell the story, the truth." The screen went black. Behind her, the mirror reflected her lips moving in a twisted grin she wasn't making. A chorus of whispers filled the room. "Now you belong with us." And just like that, room 11 vanished again, leaving only the cold, silent motel behind. Emily awoke outside the motel, lying on the cold gravel. Dawn was breaking, yet her body felt drained, hollow, like something had been pulled out of her. She staggered to her car, desperate to escape, but froze when she looked into the window. Her reflection blinked first. The Emily in the glass slowly straightened, her expression twisting into a calm, cruel smile. She lifted her hand toward the inside of the mirror as if pushing against it. Emily tried to scream, but no sound came. The reflection whispered clearly, "You're in my place now." Black smoke seeped from the reflected Emily's eyes, filling the car's interior. Emily's vision collapsed into darkness, her heartbeat fading as the figure in the glass pressed closer. The next morning, police found Emily's car abandoned by the Stillwater Inn. Empty. Silent. Only one thing was left behind. A handprint on the inside of the window. Room 11 hasn't appeared since that night. But travelers say that sometimes, just past midnight, a woman's face flickers across dark windows. A face trying to get out.